I forgot to hit the go live button. So we're finally live. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. New York, Albany. Yes. Do you have snow? You must have a lot of snow. Oh, I still have a rash. Yeah, I still have a rash. I've been using baking soda, a lot of baking soda. Yeah, the local criminals here, they're such perverts. They like to heat up your groin area. They create it. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, I've got rashes on my chest. Well, the one on my chest is better. And then I had like a small rash on my arm, and it seems like after I shower it disappears and then it comes back. I don't know what it is. I mean, I shower every day. I wear clean clothes every day. I wear a turtleneck every day with like 3 layers of clothing. I don't know where this stuff comes from. They're doing something to my body physically. They're either infecting my food, poisoning my food, and it's excreted through my skin. Hi, Amy. Welcome. I was listening to the Kay Griggs interview. The military wife. Hi, Just Me, Florida. So Jackie has a lot of snow up in Albany. I've had so many. I have a friend upstate, and she wanted me to move up there, and it's so pretty up there. But I cannot stand the snow anymore. I'm not like 12 years old. I don't like the snow. Let's see. You found that today they have a frequency that gives us skin mites. I believe that if you could give me more information on that, I would appreciate it. Because I'll tell you, like, I am literally covered head to toe. Like, unlike a lot of people here, like, especially in the summertime, like, I see the women around here in, like, skirts, no socks, like flip-flops and stuff, and I am covered literally head to toe, and I'm the only one that gets these rashes and stuff, and I never got them in New Jersey, only here. And, I go when I go to bed, I'm wearing long pajamas, which I did not do in New Jersey. In New Jersey, I always wore nightgowns, but here, literally, I'm covered like in pants and long sleeve, flannels. I don't know what it is. They could be mites or flea. I don't know what they are. I don't think it's a flea. Fleas that jump. You could see fleas jumping, but it could certainly be a mite because they're so microscopic. Like I would not be able to see them to a naked eye. Agnostic Jedi. Oh, okay. Well, that's so interesting. Oh, you know what happens? I went live, but I forgot to click on the go live button. So we were already in the chat, but I didn't hit the go live button. So it might have taken a couple of minutes. It's 10:05 here. Hi, Nick. Welcome. Yes, if you can give me that information, that would be great, Jackie. They have frequencies to incite anything. I know that, when I first moved here, I had horrible stuff all over both of my legs. I had to go to the doctor, and then she said something like they were mites or whatever, but I had fibers coming out of my skin. I had little black fibers. I photographed them. Yeah, so it wasn't exactly just mites, if you get my drift, what it was when I moved here. Oh, you're gonna get a cup? Yes, cup of tea. I just listened to a video about the 7 worst teas to buy. There was one that surprised me that I'm going to have to um, get rid of. Yeah, I don't like that I'm alone here either because these people they're not only predators, they're predators. They all gang up and they have a very sick, depraved mindset. But it's not just the neighbors. It's the sheriff, it's the county lawyer, it's the local government here. Oh yeah, and then I've got the inhumane terrain team. The two f ups that prance around my property, follow me around. Oh, and I wanted to say that when I was listening to Kay Griggs again, I always pick up something that I missed the first time around, and I had to play it again because what she said was, I had to write it down. So Kay Griggs in Virginia, she says most of what is happening is from the army. It's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible where you guys are too. Yeah, they're very sadistic, very sick, very very sick and depraved. Very sick. Oh, and then the poopy nurse, which I guess I'm not allowed to talk about the poopy nurse, but that's what she is. She's a poopy nurse. They have the audacity to send a lawyer's note to me, not a certified letter, so I ignore the damn thing, telling me to cease and desist from talking about, and they list like 6 people. I've never heard of these people before. I don't think I've ever met them. I don't know who they are. Hi, River Bluff. Yes, these demon trash have always been around, and you were just oblivious to it. And that's probably true. I was very naive. Literally, I was a very naive girl growing up. I mean, I was intelligent but naive. And people would tease me about it too. Like they would joke around, with me and stuff. And it's like, duh. you know, I didn't grow up with family. My mother and father didn't teach me about these bizarre things. We didn't talk about religion. We didn't talk about politics. Um, they worked all the time. Yeah, it's pretty bad here. I mean, it was bad in Manalapan, but the difference is, in suburbs, there's a lot of things that you cannot get away with in the suburbs that you can in a rural community. And in the suburbs, they couldn't get every neighbor to war against me. That's just way too many people. So they had, my immediate neighbors, the ones that I was immediately friendly with for 20 years or 15 years or 30 years even. But you can be in town in 5. Yeah, I can be in town in 5 minutes also, Amy. It's very very much like that here, like, it's literally 6 miles into town. But I haven't been there in a year. I have not been in town in a year. Each time that I'm gonna think about getting up and going, either my car won't start or I get a delivery or something happens, I get a phone call, whatever it is, but I have to get into town. God, I love the way you call them demon trash. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. It's good to see you guys. Remember to hit the thumbs up when you come in. I know there are more than 8 of you guys here, and there's only 8 thumbs up. So, anyway, I was listening to Kay Griggs again, and she says There is a like this is all the military, okay? The military have like a military mafia in New Jersey and New York. She says it's like they're recreating communism. The military are immature perverts. They can't talk to people. They can't look people in the face. And this is this is the best one. They hide behind trees. I had to play that again. It's like, what did she just say they hide behind trees? Like, does she know where I live here? Yeah, they do hide behind trees. She says the army officers only take orders. The army officers' wives are considered enemies. Most of the leaders are gay. She says they take out contracts and they contract with organizations as a gateway to gather information on people. Does that sound familiar? They gather information on people to use later to control them and to prove their power against the people. And she says some of them actually hate women. Top the top men in military wear dresses. I know, con artist mentioned that about those videos. I didn't have time to look at them. If you could find those videos of the military wearing dresses, you leave it in the in the chat. I wanna see. She just yes, such interesting information. I was listening to it again and they knocked me out. They don't want me to hear the rest of her what she was saying. But basically what she said, and I thought this was interesting too, she said the military is a mind control program. She says the military, she says it wasn't always like that. She says, but the military is a mind control program. They're order takers. She says most of the ones that she was talking about, hi Julius Caesar, are in the army. And it's so ironic because about 3 years ago, I'm cleaning at the foot of my driveway. And some guy, this criminal, has the audacity to pull into my driveway, wait there, stare me down, and he's got a little dog in the car, stare me down. Fortunately, I had my camera and snapped his license plate, which said retired Army. Oh no, what is it? It said U.S. Army retired. Yeah, criminals are doing community policing today. Yeah, Aquino was probably pretty good at MK Ultra. Well, he devised that Mind War. He consulted they consulted him on that Mind Wars book. Yeah, they're possessed. Yeah, they're mind control. They're possessed. I mean, and you have to wonder about all these military guys that are offing their wives. There was one in Kentucky a few years ago. It's like they're everywhere. Like every time I pick up one of these true crime YouTube channels, they're talking about some military guy or some marine or some cop that just offed his kids or his family or his wife. I mean, it's amazing. So you have to wonder, are they mind controlled? Nothing like having a gaggle of gay dudes taking turns staring at you while you shower. Well, I told you the story about my gay guy friend in California, right? That we were rooming together for an astrology conference. And I thought, how could I be more safe than like sleeping with a gay guy? Like, you can't be more safe than sleeping with a gay guy, right? Wrong. I felt his hands grab my ass underneath the blankets, and it's like, what the hell are you doing? Oh my goodness. Let's see. You think many ops are committed through? Ah, yes. That's what she said. That's exactly what she said. I couldn't write it fast enough, like, I chose the wrong pen and there was no ink in it, so I had to grab another one. I didn't have time to replay what she was saying, but that's exactly what she said, that they're order takers and they will take contracts out on people. Let's see, there's no way I could live in barracks and shower with other guys in a common shower area, no way. Like, okay, so Cheryl says there's an elite bloodline guy who was tortured as a child to make him a super soldier. He's been MK'd and SRA'd so much that you worry about his wife and kids. Um, has he been interviewed on YouTube a lot? I think I saw that one. You do have to wonder about that. I mean, I feel so bad for the children that had to endure that. There's a criminal driving by right now as we speak. It's 10:16 p.m. and some loser just drove by. There's nothing to do around here on Saturday night. But at 8 p.m. and 9:20 p.m., there were copters over my property. 8 p.m. and 9:20 p.m. Hi, Joe. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Joe says, "Good evening, chat. Wish you all an exciting and eventful 2026 with favor being on the side of TI. So many TIs coming out, and it's getting harder to contain this phenomenon. Stay strong, guys and gals." Yes. Hi, Shadow Bands. What would a high frequency noise be? You can actually find them on YouTube. There is a YouTube creator. I'll type it. It's uh let's see. Um, has frequencies to help with V2K. Hi, 421BB4. Welcome. Are you new here? You think the organized stalkers are MK Ultra? It's very possible some of them are. I don't think they all are. Does anyone know how to get hold of Bert from Freedom Voice? The only thing you can do, yeah, he doesn't have an email address there. He actually is on TikTok. So you can find him on TikTok or leave a comment for him on one of his videos, like on one of his recent videos. Hi Joey, welcome. The whole targeted individual thing isn't meant to be a campaign, is it? I don't think it's a campaign. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. Like sands of the hourglass. This is the days of our lives. Did you watch that? You must have watched that soap opera to know that. That's too funny. I used to watch Days of Our Lives. Hi Jeremy. This program reaches every sector of society. Once placed on this list, everywhere you go, the notifications go out to the units. Are gang stalkers near you? And the game begins. Yeah, they consider it to be a game. John Forbes Nash, the Princeton mathematical genius, invented game theory. And they needed to take him out for a little while they collected his game theory theories and call him schizophrenic. You're not hearing voices though, so I don't think it's V2K. They do V2K on your daughter. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. Yes, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Joe. It's sort of like there's a song written by, it was an old old show, a puppet show that I used to watch on TV, called Shari. What was it called? The Lamb Chop. Shari had a lamb chop, a little lamb chop puppet, and there was a song that goes, "This is the song that never ends. It just goes on and on." My lamb chops. Yes, yes. You remember that song? Well, some people are saying that that song should be our theme song for targeting because it just goes on and on and on. And that one person in Quora says that they play it for their perps to drive them crazy. There's like a 3 hour one on YouTube. Look for the 3 hour one. You could play it for your perps. Hi, Carol. Welcome. Yeah. That's exactly right, Nick. When you're living alone and you own anything, you become a target to be victimized. And I mentioned on my last video, I don't know if you had time to listen to it. Hi, very soon. Yeah, Sherry Lewis. That's it. Sherry Lewis with Lamb Chop and that theme song. Yeah, she was. She was. Oh, it was so fun. Here, I'm going to stick my email in the chat for those of you who can't find it. The reason it's not on um, my descriptions anymore. Yeah, I'll put in the chat. It's not in my description anymore because when I interviewed Regulus, he said, "Do not do that." He said, "Get rid of your email on all of your videos. Get rid of your post office box. Get rid of all that stuff." So I've systematically got into the video. It's so too time consuming. I've got like almost 3,000 videos at this point, but I've gotten rid of quite a few. But it's on the main page. But I'll type it here. One of my subscribers created a Proton mail for me, so I also have, but I don't know, I haven't gotten in there yet. He created a Proton mail, alternative homesteading at Proton mail, but I have not gotten on there yet. I've got a temporary password. I've got to go in and et cetera, et cetera. What do you mean? A voice is demoralized. What does that mean? Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. Oh, the creepy voice is not here. Oh, thank goodness. Iran. Oh, I was just listening to the news before about Venezuela. Like how do we have the audacity to kidnap somebody's leader? Like what the hell? That's crazy. Who does stuff like that? Remember to hit the thumbs up, guys, when you come in. It's because we want something they have. It's sort of like, they're terrorizing me here on my property because they want what I have. And what I was going to say is I keep going back and forth because I'm reading what you're saying. In my last video about Zerzetsung, before I got into that, I mentioned that I saw a video today. This is a law enforcement officer, 20 years. He starts targeting the 79-year-old woman. I don't know how he did it. He broke into her bank account, was stealing money. When she finally found out and started complaining about it, he decided he was going to end her life. A coke-hungry person does something like that. Did you see the viral video of the Apprentice guest who spilled the beans about Trump? No, I did not see that. The U.S. wanted Venezuelan oil years ago. Then Hugo Chavez was in power. I saw a guy on the interview there. He said they've been under communism the last 25 years. Oh, yeah, that's creepy voice. Creepy voice. It's not your fault. It's not on your end. It's not your perps doing it. It's my perps. because I've got the same creepy voice on some of my cameras. So yeah, they're doing it to harass you. Try as best you can is to ignore it. I don't hear it until I replay the chat. Yes, lucrative contracts for American oil companies. This is not new. Yes, it demonstrates that the program has no bounds. It's either low or non-existent. Okay. Sometimes it's pretty loud. Like when I play it back, like after this live ends and I play it back, like I'll hear him mumbling, "Happy New Year, SDL." I'll hear him mumbling. And sometimes it almost sounds like I can understand the words, but I really can't. You have to slow it up. I don't know if I'm winning anything, guys. I'm just getting targeted more. Let's see. Apparently, Trump is referred to as Diaper Don. Here's a link for viewing later. Diaper? What? That's too funny. Let's see. Oh, what? Diaper Don. I don't think I have an Instagram account. I may have set it up a zillion years ago. Let's see. Oh, it's not allowing me access to it when I cut and paste it. So anyway, this loser cop, 20 years on the force, trying to get the money from this 79-year-old woman, he decides, I'm just going to kill her. He illegally enters her house, throttles her to the ground, pins her to the ground, opens her mouth, and stuffs it with pharmaceuticals to knock her out. And then he turns on the engine of her vehicle to make it appear as if she left it running and that it was a suicide, etc. But before that, he decides he's going to steal her dog and sell it. I don't know anything about this diaper thing. I mean, you guys are more up to date on the news than I am. I pretty much listen to it in the background when I'm doing other things. Yes, he was trying to overdose her. He was trying to make it appear as if she left the exhaust running to kill herself. 79-year-old woman. Hi, Mrs. Matson. Welcome. Happy New Year, everybody. It's very vicious. It's so cruel. But somebody in the chat says that it sounds like, oh yeah, talk about no critical thinking skills. That sounded like somebody with a cocaine habit. And this was a married man with children. Hi, Steve the pigeon. Welcome. No, we're not supposed to trust these people. How can you trust these people? I know. I feel that way too. And children, you know, they're these are this woman who lived her entire life, and she looked very frail. She looked very frail, and she must have lost her husband. You know, she must have been married a long time. She was living in a house, and this thug. I mean, I could probably find it again. It was a, I think it's crime and let me see if I could find it again. Law and Crime, and I think it was the Law and Crime Network. Let me go there. Let me see if I could find it. Let's see. I think it was like 8 days ago or something. Oh, I didn't see this. That judge, you know that the sheriff that shot the judge in Lecter County here in Kentucky. I'm just reading the headline here. Sheriff charged with murder wants the judge kicked off the case. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. Teachers having sex with their students. I mean, what the hell is going on? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Husbands chilling post before killing wife over a football game. Teacher sexted boy that she really needed to. I can't say that. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I'm not finding the one that I saw today. It might have been on another one of these channels. 2 hours ago, a killer case's rich oil heiress found slaughtered in Florida home. Ohio woman stabbed 37 times in mysterious murder 7 hours ago. Will Smith is sued by a violinist in the shocking sexual harassment lawsuit. Oh goodness gracious. The judge running the judge running the prostitution ring. Exactly. Yes. Well, he's gone. And now there's a judge overseeing the case. And this sheriff, hi Elsie, welcome. This sheriff who's in prison thinks that he still has some power to have the new judge residing over his case removed. I don't know what he's thinking. Remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, there's something about Will Smith because I saw the way he kissed his son. I think it was on one of those talk shows, and it was really obnoxious and disgusting. Yeah, Mickey Steins, the very very overweight sheriff who thinks that he's innocent of everything. Everybody thinks he's some superstar because he killed the judge. Meanwhile, he killed the judge because the judge knew about his sick stuff too. The plot thickens. I think all these people, they need to get a hobby, and they won't have to worry about what everybody else is doing anymore. No, you're right. Most entertainers aren't exactly angels. I mean, most of them got to where they are for, you know, doing stuff. So we're 3 days in. We're 3 days into the new year. Yeah, small town judges and law enforcement. Well, there's no oversight. There's actually not even anyone you could really complain to except the attorney general. Oh, the creepy voice is back. When I first started doing the live streams, the creepy voice would kick in an hour into the live, and then it started kicking in like a half an hour, and then like from the very beginning. Hopefully, it's low enough to not be too annoying. Because I don't hear it at all on my end right now. Yes, yes. Obviously monitoring. The voice is back, kind of low, but it's there. I wonder, and I don't know, nobody's ever mentioned it to me. If the people that are just listening to the chat, on the phone, I wonder if they could hear it on the phone. Or if it's just, if you're in the chat. Because I know that there are some subscribers that don't get in the live chat, they just listen in the background. Oh, that's good to know. It's not as loud as usual. Yes, Mickey Steins, Lecter County, Kentucky. Watch this space as police enforcement lives get investigated. Let the backstabbing begin. Oh, yes. Well, his deputy was caught doing stuff with the girls too. So he's no angel. He had a deputy that was doing stuff. And then there was one video, I can't find it anymore. I don't, I watch just too much stuff, like it just flies by my my eyes. But there was this one video where I saw that Mickey Stein sitting behind his desk, gloating over all the stuff that his officers stole from pulling people over, innocent people, just for pulling them over for fake traffic violations. Yeah, the new thing with Mickey Steins is he wants the judge overseeing his case removed. Like, does he really have a say in it? Doesn't he have an attorney? Oh, you never heard of him? Oh, okay. Mickey Steins and what is it? Judge? What's his name? The jailer. That's what it was. The jailer. Yes, yes. Let me find it because I've got this open here. One second. I just saw it. I just saw it here somewhere. I mean, the news is crazy. The news is just crazy. Nine days ago, Florida woman chucked used tampons across ex's yard. Indiana woman had sex with dog on video. Ugh. A new twist in the case of mom who allegedly had a baby with a 14-year-old. Florida mom holding random 6-year-old underwater. Florida woman posed as homeschooled teen to target boys. No, I just saw the thing about this judgy. Let's see if I can find it again. Oh, here it is. Let me get this for you guys. Okay, I'm putting a link in the chat about the sheriff that wants to get the judge kicked off his case. Remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, I don't watch mainstream news or anything like that, but I watch YouTube creators. I like to watch the YouTube creators. Corrupt law enforcement and the legal system is very common. In fact, I would say it's the rule, not the exception. Yes, I. Do you know who Donald Marshall is? Yes, yes. They have ramped up the targeting of late, Amy says. The black eye thing is gross. Yeah, well, we know who those people are. They did it to my cats. Don't hate anyone if you don't want to be targeted. Wise advice. I don't know. I When I was in New Jersey, I just ignored people I didn't like. Yes, it's true. I missed that while I was looking for the link. Not to change the topic, but I'm blown away by the story saying that all these people in the club go through a black eye ritual, and some are saying it's a real parasite ritual where it's inserted. I heard that. I actually saw it, and that's why you were talking about Don Marshall because there are a couple of videos where he's mentioned that that's the case, and if you look on the hieroglyphics, good luck River Bluff, on the in Egyptian on the walls, you'll see the eye, like the eye of Horus, and you'll see like some little thing like on the side, like the corner of the eye. Yeah, good luck River Bluff. Yes, hit the like button, guys. Yeah, you'll have to fill us in on how it works there, and just ignore anybody that's harassing you. Seems to me that TIs tend to be the ones hated on, not the haters. Yes. It really is. It's a lot to come to terms with unless you're awake. It's horrible. I mean, I have friends who are totally awake and they still have a hard time wrapping their minds around the stuff that's being done to me. Like they see what's being done. They see what's in my mailbox. They hear the grenades exploding. They see the damage done and they're like what the hell? Yes, Max Spears was amazing with the info he put out too before they expired him. Oh yes, yes. Well, get this. When I was going through my divorce, I decided to take my daughter to a psychiatrist just to make sure that she wasn't harboring anything, whatever. So we go there, and I think it was the second or third time that we were there. She shows up with a black eye, and I'm thinking that looks like somebody socked her in the eye. And I asked her, I said, "What happened?" She said, "Oh, I just banged it." And I'm thinking, that is such a damn lie. She did not bang that eye. I just figured that it was a domestic violence thing. But all these years later now, I'm wondering if she's part of the Black Eye Club. You blocked the creepy voice. Amy says, I feel like a hater. I feel hate for some people now around here. Everyone's involved. No one comes in my path. I don't know. I'm not even thinking about hate. I just have more disgust than hate. Like contempt and disgust. What do you think, Zumi? I have Zumi in the house with me. And as soon as I get up, he's going to take my seat. So I have to stay here. A majestic madness. What is that? FMLNVM? What does that mean? Oh, okay. You quit. You're powerless. Zumi's sitting right here. Zumi was out running around all day because it was well, relatively warmer out today. But then as soon as it gets cold, he wants in. Yes, yes. TIs would benefit if they understand ancient Egypt, especially how pharaohs operated, the gods, the signs, the symbols, because this is the heart of the program. Well, it's so difficult, user. Just go about your life. Don't let them steal your thunder, distract you. It's virtually impossible because when at least I can only speak for myself. When I start to do that, they conjure up something so disgusting or what so distracting, like stealing my food 2 weeks in a row, dropping a box yesterday, an opened box that doesn't belong to me with no address on it but the name of some guy. A couple of weeks ago, there was a dog they let loose on the property. And these are things that you just can't ignore. Yes, yes. Steve says, I'm disappointed that fellow humans can't live by treat people how you want to be treated. Well, I mean, when I grew up, that my generation, that's the way it was. It was called the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. They do. It does. It wears you down. It goes on year after year after year after year. You can only ignore so much. And, stress is cumulative. And it's not just the antics, it's not just the stuff they drop on your property, it's not just the noise and the lights and the bombs and stuff like that. It's the fact that they're actually using poisons, fungus, mold, and they're literally poisoning me and the property. They're literally poisoning the property. That's a great idea, SDL. This year, I'm trying to focus on getting physically stronger somehow in order to deal with the high levels of stress induced. I would like to do that. I have so much responsibility for animals here. Literally, the first 4 hours of my day are devoted to the cats, the chickens, getting coops together. Sometimes I don't even have my first cup of coffee until 11 o'clock. So it's rough. I'm gonna have to start getting up earlier, going to sleep earlier. User says, I feel kind of sorry for these guys working for gift cards and eating gas station food. Biology in conjunction with karma gonna hit hard at some point. Oh, I agree with that. Oh, the stuff. I can see what they eat because they dump their empty cans on my property, like Mountain Dew and um, some kind of weird cola. I don't know. I don't drink that stuff. That stuff is like poison. Let's see. Connor says, yes, that's what they do. Doritos, Mountain Dew, chewing tobacco, roller food. I don't know. I would get so sick if I ate that stuff. I remember, like in New Jersey, every once in a while, I would go and get those disgusting McDonald's French fries, and I would regret it every single time. They just tasted so good going down, but they were just horrible. Could make your own French fries. Let's see. The Roman Empire was rebirthed through the Habsburg Empire by marriage. The coronation of the Roman Empire was when Prince Rainier and Grace Kelly were married. Oh, the pharaohs. Oh, that's interesting. That's the pharaoh's bloodline. I've never eaten Roy Rogers. Like in New Jersey, what do we have? We had McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's mostly. A lot of pizza places, Chipotle. I really like Chipotle. Denial is the worst cope. Oh, you met Grace Kelly's grandson. You went to camp with him. Oh, interesting. So Conrad says the Habsburg Empire loved the Roman Empire, therefore followed the bloodline for hundreds of years. Final was Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier. The pharaohs were was rebirthed. Yes, it seems like a lot of cults involve practice ancient Egyptian rites and worship Horus. Yes. You try to live in denial, and I try to believe I'm delusional. Well, in like 12-step programs, the word denial is an acronym for don't even know I am a liar. Julius, in the areas you're hit hardest, rub olive oil or tea tree or Vaseline to mute the RF signal somewhat. Remember when Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier got married? It was the biggest wedding of all time in the 1950s. It was televised worldwide. That's what gets us targeted. You're of ancient bloodline. That's what gets you targeted. Oh well, if you get spells of fatigue you can't explain, it's frequencies. It's the radio frequencies. It was thought. Oh wow, it was thought to be bigger than Prince Charles and Diana's wedding. I saw that wedding. That was amazing. You've been rubbing oil all over your face and other areas to help. What type of oil are you using? You were targeted from revenge. Princess Diana was a babe. I really liked her. I felt so sad when she died. Oh, you're using avocado oil. Tea tree oil is an antiseptic. It stings a little bit. You can use tea tree oil in with your laundry. You can use it on boils. You could use it on, to clean really dirty skin. You could use it like if you've got Morgellons. You've got that second skin on your body that probably we all have, that kind of greasy feeling, slippery skin. Oh, that's so funny, Joe. Joe says, funny story. When I was little, I used to think that that song where they say in the middle of denial, I used to hear as a child in the middle of the Nile, as in the river. Well, and then of course, people say like denial is not a river in Egypt. Yes, you have those problems because of the nanotechnology and the implants. Yes, and what happens is, I was just reading. That's what I was reading the other night when they took away my internet. Um, it's a book on Morgellons. It's a very thin book by a YouTube creator that created a channel about Morgellons. He's very difficult to listen to, and even in reading his book, it's like a little mumbly jumbly. But I got a lot out of the book where he was talking to his barber, the guy who cuts his hair, and this guy is covered in Morgellons, like the guy who wrote the book. And he said it literally took him years to get this second skin off of his body because it keeps replicating itself. Like it's intentionally designed to keep replicating itself. And that's why sometimes you lose your hair. You're not losing your hair because you're going bald or whatever. You're losing your hair because you've got this extra layer of gook on your skin. Let's see, without the oil, you get burn dots or three scratch marks from the heat. Yes, yes. Yep. I think that they mess with your oils also. Hi KG, welcome. Your ex used to sing "Dirty Deeds" really loud, and he'd sing "Dirty Deed" and the Thunder Thief. Oh, you did, SDL. I mean, I believe that Morgellons is more common. More people have it than they're aware of. You're attacked, you wake up with random bruises. You'd rather try your best to link up with other TIs if we outnumber them. Jackie says, I lost so much hair that I finally cut it off. I literally lost half of my hair when I moved here. And I have bumps all over my head from where they're targeting me. And I no longer have a smooth skull. There are indentations. This is why they isolate the victim. Because literally, if any of my long-term friends could face me face to face, they would not only be shocked, but then I would be able to show them what's being done. And that would be proof. They would believe it. Yeah, I've got bumps all over my head, and some of them go away, and then they give me new ones. Oh, it's horrible. And it's like I don't have like thick hair. Like I've never had thick hair. It's always been like more like silky-ish. But I could feel it because wherever they hit you in the head, it's got to cause trauma to that portion and kill the roots. Well, I don't know about that, Connor. It's not Sinead O'Connor. But who knows? Maybe she cut her hair for another reason. That's how I know that it's being done to me because, I'm in my 60s. I have never had skin problems. I didn't have skin problems as a teenager in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I don't have skin problems. Like my skin was perfectly clear until I moved to Jackson County, Kentucky. And I absolutely hate it here. But anyway, and I think Onion Head Andrew, he shaves all of his hair off now. He claims that your hair acts like an antenna. Yeah, I mean, I keep my hair back all the time because, like, I used to be able to put it down or put it like part of it back in a clip, but oh my goodness, but my hair now is much thinner or has thinned out that even some of my hair clips won't stay in. Jaggy says my hair felt burned and oily at the same time and falling out in clumps, so he just cut it off. Now, when you cut it off, are you doing something for your scalp? Detox with lots of fiber could help. I need to take another Epsom salt bath. I've got some more Epsom salt on order. I'm going to use more Epsom salt than I usually use. Oh, you can't use Epsom salts? Every time you take a bath, the neighbor below you bangs on the wall, or they don't want you to take a bath. The baths can really help. I just what I've noticed is in the really cold weather here, when I run the bath water, it doesn't stay hot long enough. You got headaches at 2 years old? Oh, that's horrible. Hi, Annie. Welcome. Oh, that's so funny. There are so many songs that, people confuse the lyrics on. The neighbors want you to not bathe for a week just like them. That's funny. Yes, we are sharing the functioning portion of Zerzetsung. Okay, I'll check the email. You can't bathe more than once a week or it's getting bad. They snuck a weapon on you. All right, let me just check my email. I have some photos to show you guys the next time I do a video. The woman from Arizona sent me some photos to show you guys of the perpetrators and their hand signals. I have your email, SDL. I have something very similar to that. If you find something that works, please let me know. It felt better when I took the Epsom salt bath last week. Oh, this is so funny. I just received an email. I just received an email from somebody in the chat. I bought the Hulda Clark Zapper recommended by another TI who had rashes and morgellons that these monsters cause. I have an extra one I could send you. If you're interested, let me know. Uh, uh, it wasn't used. That is so interesting because I just ordered one today. There's a target individual who gives classes every Saturday. Okay. It's free and he's so smart and helpful. Oh, I think that's Onion Head Andrew. I can't make it. Yeah, it's Onion Head Andrew that you're referring to. I watch his stuff afterwards because I can't make it at that time of the day. I just ordered a zapper today. Thank you so much for the offer. I want to see if I could use it on my cats too. I want to see if it would help the cats. Sea salt and baking soda, exactly. Yes. KG, that's so horrible. I know I've been reading your post about what's happening to you. These people are so cruel. It's so cruel. Yes, they mess with the water lines, River Bluff. They absolutely do. The water is just never hot enough in the bathtub. It's like it's deliberate. But it's also because I've found that the water, it takes longer to heat up on that side of the house, especially in the wintertime. And also, I don't have a cast iron bathtub like I did in New Jersey. A cast iron bathtub will retain the heat much longer. Like than these, I don't know what these bathtubs are. I call them plastic. Um, oh, they can. There's this little lever that's inside. It's like a little valve in there, and they can switch it. They can move it without telling you. I forget what it's called. It's behind the lever, the water level, the knobs or whatever. I love cast iron tubs. In fact, in New Jersey, when I replaced my bathtub, I replaced it with a cast iron tub. The guy that was installing it was pissed off because it was so damn heavy. But yeah, so the new copper that bought my house, he gets the new cast iron bathtub. Yeah, I find that the water in my shower is hotter than the water going into the bathtub. KG, what you need to do is you need to have phone numbers of I'll give you my phone number. Well, not in the chat, but I can send you my phone number. I think all of us need to have at least three phone numbers of people to contact in case of an emergency in three different time zones. Steve says, I think if they get the go ahead that they won't be held accountable, they'll do everything and anything. Yeah, well, they're order takers. Yeah, there's like a little lever. I forget what it's called. There's this like little thing inside, like if you take apart the hardware, it's behind the wall. There's like a little lever there. and it's sometimes the way they add the handle. Oh my goodness, Amy, that's horrible. Amy says, I don't know how they altered it. My boyfriend fixed it. He was unalive. He was unalived hours before I was able to pick him up from the hospital. KG, I just sent you my phone number. Riverboat says, my baboon stalkers have advanced training in banging on ceilings. Oh, that's funny. Let's see, New Zealand hot water electric cylinders are controlled via the electrical provider. It's called Ripple Control. They can turn our hot water off and on at will. Ripple. Oh, do you want to hear something funny? Well, it's funny, but it's not funny. It was our December 10 local newspaper. Chronic wasting disease in deer leads to expansion of surveillance. Surveillance of the deer. So the Kentucky Division of Fish and Wildlife have decided to approve a CWD surveillance zone. And they're adding all these counties. A surveil. So now they have to surveil the deer, the poor things. Careful talking about animals, you'll get oh, is that right? This is in the local newspaper. They want to set up surveillance zones. So, so that Ripple controller is at the main electrical box on the homes. Is that like a smart meter? Oh, that's crazy, KG. This is basically in our local newspaper. Oh, I want to get that the Paul Mueller. You need to see this. Yeah, let me find this video. 1 second. Okay, this is what I mentioned on my last video. 1 second. Now, this is actually on the Paul Mueller channel. This is a short. And this is the 3 dogs that were assassinated and left in a triangle shape. And this is Greenville, South Carolina. The video link that I just posted is in Greenville, South Carolina. These 3 dogs were found dead at the Fountain Inn, South Carolina. Each dog was shot at least once. The bodies were dumped along McKittrick Bridge Road extension, left wrapped in a blanket, no collars, no microchips. It's under investigation. The Greenville County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help after the 3 dogs were found dumped along a rural roadway. Investigators say the dogs were intentionally shot and left behind. No owners identified. Please share. That's exactly right, KG. I mean, it's a horrible video to watch, but you can just see the way they were lined up, 3 of them in a triangle, and we've got the full moon. So I believe that was a ritual. That was a ritual sacrifice. Well, Julius, when you are hit with a directed energy weapon device, it can manifest in several different feelings. You can feel a pinprick. You can feel as if you've been punched. You can feel a burn, an immediate burn. You can feel like some heat overcoming you. Let's see, Steve says, if we were in situations where we could back each other up in real life rather than be isolated, it would be a lot harder to gaslight that we're delusional. Absolutely. This is why they isolate the victim. This is why they target a lot of single people, a lot of people that live alone. because it's easier to discredit. Back in New Jersey, the cops definitely had an agenda. Every time I would file a police report, they'd ask me the same damn question: do you live alone? And then, when my mother was taken to the hospital a couple of years back, they falsified the intake report and said that she lives alone when she lives with a partner for years. So it's like this agenda that if you live alone, there's just something wrong with you. That it's easier to discredit somebody who lives alone. Yes, they will vibrate also, like vibrate parts of your body, overheat parts of the body, vibrate pinpricks. Yes, yes, Joe, that's true. Joe says you can also experience waking up very sweaty, and that's from being cooked with microwaves, sweaty or very hot. SCL says, do these idiots truly believe that sacrificing to these demons will protect them? These perps are a dime a dozen and dispensable. They don't see, I believe they don't see it that way. They don't think that way. They don't think that way. And obviously, because nothing has been done to them yet, yes, they are cocky. I'm just going to get away from the screen for a couple of minutes and get something to drink, guys. You need water? Oh, you don't have water. Wait. Here. I see. Yes. What? What? You want a squeezy? Squeezy. Okay, I'm back. I just put water on to boil. Do they usually come after vulnerable people, and does this ever end? They do go after vulnerable people, but they also go after people that are profitable, that live alone, that own property, that are newly divorced, that have young children, that have small families. They go after people that have something that they want, and it does not end. I can only speak for myself that I've been experiencing this since at least 2012, but I look back and it's probably at least 2009. Amy says I had some phenomenon that felt like it was a poltergeist. At the same time, I didn't get the feeling that something was there. I sensed technology. This was before 2014. Was it a parrot? Zumi was talking in the background. He was um he was meowing. He wanted. I have these little squeezy things, and he was crying for one. At first, I thought he wanted to go out, and it's like, oh no, I don't want to open the door. I don't want to have to unlock the door. But no, he wanted to eat something. Oh, you hear a parrot? I don't hear a parrot. Yes, they do go after the scientists and those that are brilliant, people with high IQ. And whistleblower Brian Coffrin said that most of the targets were that he felt they were highly intelligent, independent thinkers, not easily swayed. Julia says, I'm a veteran and I have an engineering degree, and they came after me with a vengeance. Well, you probably know something. You probably have some skills that they don't want you utilizing. I mean, look at what they did to that the fusion engineer. They assassinated him. And then what happens? A week later, they announce this merger with a fusion technology and all the grants. Yes, I've been going through this since then. Yes, it's horrible. It's a nightmare. You know, I do want to offer a testimony of what my life was like before targeting. So you can always email me if you have a testimony that you want me to read on the channel. You know, it could be any length at all. If it's too long, I'll break it up into part one and part two. So Jackie says, while through this nightmare, were there any positives that you can enjoy on your property? Oh, yes, absolutely. When I first moved here, I was so busy setting it up. I had a full garden. I planted fruit, vegetables, and I had a harvest. I bought all new chickens, so I had baby chicks that I watched grow, little tiny baby chicks, and then I got my little baby guineas, which were crazy birds. They are the craziest birds that I've ever had. They're very hard to nurture when they're little because they die very easily. So yeah, I did a lot of things here. I installed all the shelves in my house. Like I bought a house that was literally empty. There were no appliances, there were no shelves. There was nothing in here. I didn't even have a rack in my closet to hang my clothes. Oh yeah, you heard the cat in the back. That was Zumi. He wanted a snack. Oh, it was beautiful. When I moved here, it was beautiful. I mean, it was a lot of work because it had not been cared for in about 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. Because the former owner, he was 96 years old when he passed, but he was in the hospital for I think a couple of months. So he was in the hospital, and then he died in the month of July with pneumonia. He died from pneumonia. Oh yeah, the animals are. I like the animal. I don't like possums though. Like I did not like them in New Jersey. They were fine. Like a possum in New Jersey, if you walk up to it, it'll run away. Not here. The possums here are bold. Okay, how soon after moving here did it start up again? When I moved here, it followed me. So when I moved here, they did a lot of things through the moving of my belongings. damaged belongings, missing boxes, missing items, missing furniture. It rained every day. I was living in my car because my house could not be delivered. My house could not be delivered until I installed a new driveway. So I had to install a driveway, had to install a septic, I had to install electric. It was like starting all over again. Um, so I was living, I've told the story before, en route from New Jersey to Kentucky. We had to sleep on the side of the road because it was raining so hard. And I remember going to sleep that night and remembering instantly that my tinnitus disappeared, was gone, totally gone. And it was like a miracle. Like I was able to sleep, no tinnitus, no nothing. I moved to Kentucky. I'm sleeping in my car for 6 weeks. And literally, probably the first 3 or 4 weeks were the best night's sleep I'd had in a long time, even sleeping all crunched up in the back of my car. I had a great sleeping schedule. My skin returned, my eyesight returned back to its 2020. I didn't need it to wear any glasses for anything. Any symptoms that I had developed towards the end of living in New Jersey completely disappeared within the first weeks that I was living in Kentucky, except that I think it was the third week or the fourth week I was living in my car. I woke up with a needle mark on my arm. So somebody got into my car and injected me with something or took my blood. So that was in May of 2019. By July of 2019, I moved into this house that I'm living in. It was finally delivered, it was finally installed. I didn't have a refrigerator, I didn't have a washer, I didn't have a dryer, I didn't have a stove. I was still washing my clothes in the kitchen sink. But as soon as I moved in here, um, within weeks, literally within weeks, I was stung by a series of, um, what do you call them? Wasps. They attacked me with wasps. I was attacked first with a wasp on the left side of my face, then the right side of my face, then my left elbow and my right elbow. This is the plausible deniability. Oh, she just got stung by a wasp. No, I didn't just get stung by a wasp. These wasps targeted me in those specific places. Let's see. These imposters will literally contact your neighbors and ask questions like you're being investigated, but you are. That's exactly what they do. Amy says, I wondered if the energy efficient home seemed to exacerbate. I don't have an energy efficient home. I literally live in an Amish built cabin. I have cedar, what do you call it? My walls are cedar. I, I don't know what they are. Pine. It's crazy how this tech can mimic a haunting. I've also heard voices, low rumbling sounds like a vacuum, an air conditioner, noisy fan. The tech rides off of vibrations to create. Well, that's what this creepy voice is in the background, I think. The voices or illusions of voices can also be used to make banging sounds that we all know too well. Frequencies can penetrate almost anything. Nothing much stops it. SCL says, okay, I don't do drugs, so they can sniff all they want. I don't do drugs either. But you know what? Have you ever burned sage? Sage smells a little bit like marijuana. Some sages, when they're burned. You wouldn't bring any Wi-Fi crap into your house. Well, I tried to get the smart meter removed from my house, and they refused. They said if you don't have the smart meter, you'll have no electricity, which is a lie. I mean, I could just as easily have an analog. But see, a home router can be used to track your movements in your home. I'm starting to suspect that it can be used as. I've heard that as well. I have my router covered. I have my router covered with like a bubble, like a silver bubble thing, and then I have my smart meter in a Faraday cage. Yes, Joe. If you burn oregano, it smells like marijuana. Yes, the sage. So I'll burn the sage with incense. It smells better. Like I have the dragon's blood. I just received a text message. Sussex County, New Jersey, gang stalkers galore. New Jersey is pretty big. New Jersey has a lot of money. Also, a lot of money. They have like the highest property taxes in the country. Joe says the router can map out your room and movements. It's best to not, with a router, it's best not to enable Wi Fi. Use a network cable. I have a network cable. Exactly. You always wonder why they forced everyone to go digital in the 2000s and we couldn't keep our analogs. And that's also why they got rid of lead based paint. Remember in this, I think it was the 70s, they say that no more lead based paint because the lead blocked the radio frequencies. It's a use Faraday, but also put inside a copper pot or aluminum foil lined sheets. No, I know. Nobody ever ate paint chips as a kid. What a joke. You know what? It could have been every once in a while, like in a tenement building, if it fell on the floor. Kids are curious. But no, no, I agree. They got rid of the lead based paint because they wanted the radio frequencies to come in. And what about wire mesh screens on the windows? Now they're like some form of cheap plastic. Oh, you also posted a video of how Wi Fi tracks us in our home on X. I don't get on X very much. I just don't have the time. Amy, email me. I'll send you my phone number. Anybody who wants, to form a network, everybody should have at least 3 phone numbers, 3 different time zones in case of an emergency. Somebody on the East Coast, somebody on the West Coast, somebody in the Midwest. Because you never know what happens. It's different times of the day. You might not be able to reach somebody. Yes, please make an effort to post on YouTube. I mean, I know you grow accustomed to one area, one social media that you favor. Joe likes to burn frankincense and myrrh. It really charges the mood in the air. Despite being smoke, it purifies the air. Yeah, I've been burning this dragon's blood incense with the sage. I don't really like the smell of sage. but I've been burning it for years. Amy says, "Whoever helps me will be my friend forever." That's not much of an offer from an offer from a targeted individual like me. We should all have at least three phone numbers. At least one on the East Coast, West Coast, and the Midwest. Yeah, I like the dragon's blood incense. I had so much more incense in New Jersey. I don't know where it is or how, if it ever got here. Yes, sandalwood is great. I really like sandalwood. Yeah, you can. Let's say we need to exchange phone numbers. Everybody needs to have a couple of phone numbers in case of an emergency. I mean, there was I guess a few weeks ago, I didn't post for a day, and somebody contacted me that they were concerned that something happened. And I appreciate that. I really do. Like, if for some reason I don't post or you don't hear from me, please do reach out. Yeah, that would be great. We need a good attorney. Well, an attorney that can't be bribed or scared or blackmailed. I'm gonna go see if the water is boiling. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. In your case, it's the federal government and military. Use silicone mats, thick steel, aluminum plates, thick rubber, and frequencies. Scramble RF on headphones. Creepy voices back. If you're experiencing problems sleeping, try relocating to the floor or a different room. It's so hard when you're in a small space. Yes, I think disabling is the perfect word. It's part of the Zerzetzung. What they've been doing is they've been targeting my left wrist. Sometimes I wake up and I feel like I have been punched in the arm. Yes, on my ankles, and I've got tons of photos to show you guys of what they're doing to my ankles. My ankles, my knees, and I have like really strong legs. It's a creep. Dishes banging around. Why does it sound distorted? Anyone else hear that? I was in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen making myself a cup of coffee. Let's see, Amy says, I wonder if the targeting I experienced was something along those lines. In retrospect, I do think the neighbor had high technology. It was creepy back in 2012. Does anyone use mylar and magnets on toes and fingers? I bought magnet inserts for my boots. I'm not sure if it helped or not, but I took them out today because the magnets in this really cold weather are really cold. So it was making my feet colder than need be. So I'm not using those now in the wintertime. They were fine in the summer. Yet these weapons are military and quantum computers using AI, among other things. It may not be possible to stop, but you can bring some temporary relief. The neodymium magnets, rare earth magnets. I will hold up a neodymium magnet, like if I feel like they're pulsing me in a certain part of my body. Annie says, I have a silicone ironing board covering that I wrap around my head. It helps. Oh, that's a good idea. Silicone ironing board cover. Very good idea. The program will be using everything possible against you and us, everything including the kitchen sink, so to speak. I agree, because I find that no matter what I spend, whatever I buy, it works temporarily. And then, you know, the they amp it up to get around whatever you're using to block it. SCL says it also depends on what weapon they're using: ultrasound, infrasound, sonic weapons, directed sound cannons, elf waves, and microwaves. Yes, the weird noise is the creepy voice. That's my perps. They have installed this creepy mechanical sounding voice. It sounds, it mimics what some people say are V2K. We've tried to decipher what the creepy voice is saying, and without much luck. Although one time on my cameras they actually mentioned my name, and that video is somewhere on my channel. I don't know where it is. I think it's a short. So anyway, guys, it's midnight, and we're going to shut down the live stream. Let's see. Silicone items help block direct sight of line radar weapons. You just, I just pretend creepy is singing the Macarena, make him less creepy. That's so funny. Well, thank you, everybody. Remember to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already done so. I'm so glad you all got to, a little. Oh, you love the movie blurbs chanting. JJ loves animals. The Macarena. I know. It went very fast tonight. It went very fast tonight. Like, what's going on? You have to switch up any method you're using, and then you come back to whatever you use, and it doesn't go to waste. Exactly. That's a good point. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining in and for contributing your experiences of targeting and shielding, and all the things that we have to deal with here as targeted people, because we're such terrorists, we're such threats. We're threats to national security. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining in, and I appreciate all you guys. Everybody have a good night's sleep, Joe says, without fear. Much love. And yes, we'll see everybody next week. Oh, toward the terror. You were sleeping when it started, a little sleepy. Well, we're shutting down right now, but I hope everybody has a good night and thank you for joining in again.